Disclaimer: I am not a financial advisor. This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only and should not be taken as financial investment or trading advice. All investments include risk and you should do your own research or consult with a licensed financial professional before making any investment decisions. Invest at your own risk. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Welcome to the Sound Money Investing channel. Let's cover the three main assets that we will follow mainly in this channel: gold, silver, and digital gold. We will go over the weekly chart. Trading has started at the end of the day here on March 15, 2026. We will look at weekly chart just for the overall trend of each asset. I will share my input on what I see, what's coming, and what to expect potentially this upcoming week. Keep in mind that I invest for the long term, and these assets, as the channel says, they are sound money. Therefore, because of the debasement of the US dollar, the Canadian dollar, and all the other currencies around the world, these assets will be important in 2026, 2027, and beyond. Without further ado, let's start with gold. Like I indicated, this is the weekly chart from TradingView, and basic structure here on gold. We are near $5,000, precisely $4,986 at the current time, and we have corrected in the last 3 weeks. We are near the level of 5,000. We have not clearly broken to the downside. Usually, as you see here earlier in the structure, we had also 3 days where we correct, but after that we managed to continue the uptrend of gold. There's a lot of uncertainty in the world right now, which favors sound money asset, mainly gold and silver, and that is not going to stop next week or the week after. So uncertainty will influence the price of gold. However, even on an uptrend, all assets correct. They do not go in a straight line up and up and up. People who trade these assets have accumulation phases and have also profit-taking phases, and that's what we have seen in the last 3 weeks for gold. So the correction has bring us to close to $5,000. We'll have to monitor what will happen in the next few days, but for now we're holding strong that $5,000 level, and there's a possibility for a bounce on gold long term. If you want to trade for the next day, the next hour, I cannot help you because it's a lottery. It's very difficult to determine where the price will go. But if we're looking at week and month, for now, the trend is up and to the right, and we should continue, as per the chart right now, the momentum upwards in gold. Let's move on now to silver. The price of silver is around $80 at this time. It has gone up, corrected sharply, gone up again, corrected sharply again. So quite volatile. Silver is always more volatile than gold. That is to be expected. But you see here that we have a wedge type of structure. We have a support that we seem to be always bouncing up to, and we have resistance levels where people take profit. We will have soon a decision on the price action of silver, either to the downside or to the upside once we get out of this structure. But for now, the bullish sentiment for silver continues. We can expect to go to the upside. Again, not financial advice, until this support structure is broken clearly to the downside. For now, we will have to wait and see. But as you can see, we are closer to the support than we were 3 weeks ago, when we were actually very close to the upper bound there. So for those who may want to take a position, usually near the support level are accumulation phases, and near the resistance levels, then they are profit-taking region. It's up to you to decide what you want to do. But again, we have corrected for the last 2 weeks. For silver, we seem to be bouncing back really timidly at the beginning of the trading day here on Sunday before the market opens tomorrow, Monday. But for now, we seem to be holding that $80 level. Keep in mind that we have gone above $120, so we have corrected quite a bit, and that has allowed people to take profit but also accumulate following the sharp sell-off that we have seen in the last few weeks for silver. Finally, we close the video with digital gold, Bitcoin, who has a different type of structure. Gold is in a bull market type of structure, same thing for silver, and in the case of Bitcoin, we are in a bear market. So we are correcting. We have been correcting since the top at $126,000 or so. Now we are trading at $72,000, almost $73,000. You see here the big structure that we have from the previous cycle, around $55,000 or something like that. We corrected sharply with Bitcoin up to 65,000 or so. In the last 2 weeks, we pushed up to above $70,000. We are bouncing, but as you can see, the trend line here, we are below the trend line, meaning that for now, the momentum in Bitcoin is still bearish to the downside. We could fold and correct even further below $60,000 or start to trade sideways here for quite a bit of time in terms of Bitcoin. Keep in mind that in history, when we start bear markets for Bitcoin, usually they last approximately, roughly 1 year from the top of the market. That occurred in the month of October 2025. Therefore, we should expect to be in a bear market type of scenario up to September, October, November of 2026 if history repeats. This is a rough estimate of what can happen because we are in March versus October of 2026. If we base it on history, the probability of correcting a little further for Bitcoin are way higher than those of going up and that the bear market is over for Bitcoin. So that's my take in terms of Bitcoin. However, because we have corrected quite fast in terms of percentages for Bitcoin, we are in a region that, in my personal opinion, starts to be cheap for Bitcoin because the chances of correction, yes, they are there, but the percentage of that correction is way smaller than what we have seen since October of 2025. Do I expect to have the same type of correction since October of 2025 now? The answer is no. Most of the correction is done, but nobody can predict the bottom. So the easiest way to approach Bitcoin at this stage is to, let's say, if you decide to put a fixed amount, it can be in any range, $10, $50, $100, $500, $1,000, depending on your budget. You could do that every 2 weeks. Every week, divide the amount that you have every week and you buy that amount consistently. From now, let's say March of 2025, March, April, May, June, July, August. So for the next 6 months, you should average down potentially near the bottom zone for Bitcoin, and that will allow you to have an average price that is near the bottom. That will potentially also allow you to catch that bottom. And maybe in one of those weeks, you will be really, really close with one of your buys near the bottom of Bitcoin. That's how you need to approach this because it's impossible to wait and see. Wait and see. Is it here? Is the bottom here? Is it next week? Is it next month? If you do that, chances are that you will miss that specific bottom. So again, do your own approach. I am currently staking Bitcoin. So every week I get Bitcoin reward, and these are like mini buys that I have been doing every week since the top pretty much. But there's a possibility that I will DCA, I will buy in specific week from now until October of 2025 to average down my cost near the bottom or potential bottom for Bitcoin. So this covers an overview of the main assets that we'll be looking at here in the channel. We will also cover assets that are related to these three main assets: gold, silver, and digital gold, with ETF, potentially maybe even mining companies, but mainly ETF, so that you have a broad pool of assets to follow. But obviously, the underlying asset, which are gold, silver, and Bitcoin, will influence those ETFs. So if you know what's going on with the main asset, you will know what to expect with the derived products available out there in the market. Thank you for those who listened to the video up to the end. I am just starting the channel. I plan to post regularly videos on these three assets. Again, because I believe that sound money investing is a very good niche to be in for the upcoming years due to the global situation, monetary situation, debt of the different countries, and all the uncertainty around the world. Happy investing, everybody. See you all in the next one.